Hey warrior, think about this for a moment. Right now, as you're watching this video, there's someone who's been with you through every single moment of your life. Someone who's witnessed your highest highs and your lowest lows. Someone who knows your deepest fears and your wildest dreams. That someone is you. We live in a world where it's incredibly easy to forget what truly matters you. From the moment you open your eyes in the morning, the world starts making demands on your time, attention, energy, and emotions. The constant pressure to live up to everyone's expectations slowly makes you drift away from the most important relationship you will ever have, the one you have with yourself. The ancient Stoics believed that loving yourself isn't a selfish act. It's a necessary discipline. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If your thoughts toward yourself are loving and kind, you grow stronger. If your thoughts are harsh and critical, you begin to shrink. In today's chaotic world, self-love isn't just a luxury. It's a survival skill that determines the quality of your entire life. Self-love means becoming your own grounding force. It means choosing yourself even when the world forgets your worth. It's about creating a life where you no longer chase validation from others, but feel complete standing alone in your own truth. The reality is simple but powerful. When you don't love yourself deeply, everything else starts to fall apart. Your relationships become draining instead of fulfilling. Your confidence fades with every criticism. Your soul gets tired of begging for scraps of attention from people who wouldn't even notice if your light went out. But self-love, real, powerful, stoic, inspired love, that kind of love transforms you quietly from the inside out. It builds unshakable foundations within you. It teaches you to stand firm and unmoved by other people's opinions because you've become deeply rooted in genuine self-respect. It helps you let go of the poison of constant comparison because you finally understand that your journey is sacred and uniquely yours. This message is for you if you are tired of feeling overlooked, tired of feeling like you are too much or never enough. I am here to remind you of something powerful. You must start loving yourself more than anyone else loves you. Not from a place of ego or arrogance, but from a place of inner duty and wisdom. Because when you truly honor yourself, you become powerful, peaceful, and absolutely unbreakable. Over the next sections, I will walk you through 7 powerful, practical, stoic, inspired ways to truly fall in love with yourself. Each point is carefully designed to help you rebuild your self-worth, one realistic and manageable step at a time. Pay close attention, because somewhere in these words you might just find the reminder your soul has been desperately searching for. When you learn to love yourself more than anyone else, you stop accepting treatment that doesn't match your worth. You stop settling for relationships that drain your energy. You stop chasing people who don't see your value. Instead, you become a person who naturally attracts respect, love, and opportunities because you radiate the confidence that comes from genuine self-acceptance. Before we begin this transformative journey together, I want you to make a commitment to yourself. Don't skip any parts of this process. Every section may heal a part of you that you forgot was hurting. Approach this with an open heart and mind, ready to challenge old patterns that no longer serve you. Remember this affirmation as we begin today. I choose to love myself first. Number 1, stop trying to please everyone. Start respecting yourself. When you live your life trying to make everyone else happy, you end up losing yourself. It sounds kind and noble to always be the one who helps, who agrees, who puts others first. But slowly, quietly, it turns into something dangerous. A habit of abandoning your own peace for the comfort of others. You say yes when your soul screams no. You show up for everyone even when you're drained. You wear a smile even when you're falling apart inside. And with every forced smile, every fake, "it's okay," a small part of you disappears. Epictetus said, "If you wish to improve, be willing to be thought foolish and stupid." He meant that you must stop chasing approval, because when your worth depends on other people's opinions, you become their prisoner. The truth is, people-pleasing is not kindness. It's fear. Fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear that if you say no, you'll lose love. But love built on compliance isn't real love. It's control. The Stoics believe that inner peace comes from alignment with truth, not popularity. When you choose your own peace over public approval, you reclaim your strength. It's not selfish to say no. It's self-respect. It's not rude to protect your boundaries. It's wise. Ask yourself, why do you always try to be liked by everyone? Why do you feel responsible for everyone's comfort except your own? The harsh truth is, no matter what you do, someone will always misunderstand you. Someone will always find fault. So stop fighting for universal approval. You weren't born to be everyone's savior. You were born to be your own protector. Every time you silence your truth to keep the peace, you create a war inside yourself. Every time you put your needs last, you teach the world to do the same. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "It is not what others say or think that matters, but how you choose to see yourself." That is where real power lives, inside your perception. When you stop begging for validation, you start building real confidence. Understand this. Your worth is not defined by how many people like you. It's defined by how deeply you live in truth. Let people be disappointed. Let them misunderstand. Their reaction is not your responsibility. Your only duty is to honor your own peace and protect your own energy. So today, stop apologizing for being real. Stop shrinking to fit in. You don't owe anyone endless agreement or fake smiles. Be kind, but not at the cost of your self-respect. Be generous, but not to the point of emptiness. Be understanding, but never at the expense of your truth. You were not made to please everyone. You were made to be free. Number 2, treat your body like a temple. Your body is not just skin, bones, and muscle. It is the sacred home where your mind and soul live every single day. You cannot claim to love yourself while neglecting the very vessel that carries you through life. True self-respect begins with honoring your body. Socrates once said, "It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable." The wisdom behind these words is timeless. Your body is a reflection of discipline, care, and self-awareness. It does not need to be perfect. It needs to be respected. Most people treat their bodies like machines, pushing them beyond exhaustion, feeding them junk, and starving them of rest. Then they wonder why they feel weak, anxious, or lost. The truth is simple. You cannot think clearly or feel powerful if your body is suffering. A neglected body weakens the mind, while a strong body sharpens it. Marcus Aurelius said, "What harms the hive harms the bee." The same applies to you. When you mistreat your body, your emotions, mindset, and energy all suffer. Your body and your mind are not separate. They are one system working together. So start treating your body like something sacred. Feed it with clean food that fuels your energy instead of draining it. Move daily, not to punish yourself, but to celebrate the miracle of being alive. Walk, stretch, breathe deeply, and feel your strength returning. Every movement you make with intention sends a powerful message to your soul. I care about myself. Prioritize sleep, not as a luxury, but as a necessity. During rest, your body repairs, heals, and restores balance. Without it, your focus fades, your emotions spiral, and your motivation collapses. Sleep is not laziness, it's self-respect. Detox not just your body, but your entire environment. Step away from constant noise, drama, and chaos that poison your peace. Drink water instead of sugar. Walk outside instead of scrolling endlessly. Go to bed early instead of staying awake feeding your anxiety. Small, consistent actions matter more than any quick fix. When you start treating your body with love, something changes inside you. You begin to stand taller, breathe deeper, and move with quiet confidence. You stop needing validation from others because your energy speaks for itself. You glow differently when you feel strong and balanced. Treating your body like a temple is not about vanity or chasing perfection. It's about gratitude. Being thankful that you get another day to live, move, and experience life. It's about whispering to yourself, I am worth this care. Without health, there is no success, no peace, no freedom. Your body is the foundation of everything else in your life. Protect it fiercely. Nourish it with intention. Respect it as the sacred home of your spirit. Because when you honor your body, you honor your life. Number 3, speak to yourself like your own best friend. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul is dyed by the color of its thoughts." The way you think and speak to yourself defines the tone of your entire life. Imagine your closest friend came to you heartbroken, full of doubt, feeling lost and unworthy. Would you ever tell them they're weak, stupid, or not enough? Of course not. You'd comfort them. You'd remind them of their strength and potential. So why don't you treat yourself the same way? Most people speak to themselves with words they'd never use on anyone they love. They carry a cruel inner voice that whispers they're not good enough, smart enough, successful enough, or worthy enough. That voice becomes poison, slowly draining your motivation, peace, and confidence. But Stoicism teaches that this voice isn't truly you. It's just the echo of past pain, rejection, and judgment you've absorbed from others. And here's the truth. You have full control over that voice. You decide whether it tears you down or builds you up. You decide whether you become your own enemy or your greatest ally. Every time you make a mistake, resist the urge to attack yourself. Don't say, "I'm so stupid." Instead say, "I'm still learning. I'm improving every day." When fear hits, don't call yourself weak. Remind yourself, "I've overcome before. I'll do it again." When self-doubt whispers, answer back with strength, "I trust myself to figure it out." Every word you say internally is either a weapon or a tool. Choose to use your words as tools for growth, not weapons of destruction. Replace judgment with patience. Replace self-hate with understanding. Replace fear with faith in your resilience. Your mind believes what you repeatedly tell it, so feed it power. Speak to yourself with the same compassion you'd offer someone you deeply love. Affirm yourself daily. Say, "I am worthy of respect and peace. I am stronger than my fears. I am proud of my progress. I believe in my own journey." These aren't just positive sayings. They're training sessions for your mind. Just like your muscles grow from consistent workouts, your inner strength grows from consistent kindness and affirmation. When you begin treating yourself like a best friend, your energy changes. You stop begging for validation. You stop chasing people who don't value you. You stop tolerating disrespect or emotional neglect. Because once you learn to give yourself real love, you'll never accept anything less from anyone else again. This isn't arrogance, it's wisdom. It's emotional maturity. It's realizing that the relationship you have with yourself sets the standard for every relationship you'll ever experience. So choose your words carefully. Choose self-respect over self-criticism. Choose encouragement over shame. And declare this truth right now. I speak to myself with love, respect, and power. Number 4, destroy the comparison trap. When you stop competing and simply choose to be yourself, life changes. Comparison is a silent poison. It robs you of peace, joy, and gratitude without you even noticing. You could start your day feeling calm, focused, and content. And then one scroll on social media suddenly makes you feel small, lost, and behind. You start asking yourself, why am I not there yet? Why don't I have what they have? What's wrong with me? But here's what Stoicism reminds us. Comparison blinds you from seeing your own greatness. Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." When you compare, you start craving someone else's timeline, someone else's success. You stop running your own race and start chasing shadows. You abandon your own path, your own divine rhythm, and without realizing it, you shrink your potential. Loving yourself means ending this silent war. You can't be at peace while competing with everyone you see. Every time you compare, you're adding invisible weights: jealousy, shame, resentment, and self-doubt. You begin to live based on someone's highlight reel while ignoring your own behind-the-scenes growth. Here's the truth. Their path was never meant to look like yours. Your struggles, timing, and blessings are custom designed for you. When you keep staring at someone else's story, you miss your own progress happening right in front of you. You stop celebrating your victories. You stop appreciating how far you've come. To escape this mental prison, you need self-awareness. Catch yourself in the act. When that voice says, "Look how far ahead they are," gently shift your focus. "Look how far I've come." Replace jealousy with inspiration. Someone else's success doesn't mean your failure. It's proof that achievement is possible. Then define what success really means for you. Stop using someone else's ruler to measure your worth. Not everyone wants fame or wealth. Some want peace, simplicity, or freedom. Define what makes you feel alive and fulfilled. That's your lane. Once you commit to it, comparison fades because you become too busy growing. Take practical steps. Spend less time scrolling, more time building. If what you consume triggers insecurity, limit it. Track your growth instead. Write your wins, lessons, and progress weekly. When you see proof of your growth, it's impossible to feel behind. The greatest freedom comes when you realize there's no competition. No one has your heart, your story, your spirit, or your destiny. End the comparison game completely. Play the only game that matters, becoming the strongest, most authentic version of yourself. Repeat this truth daily. My journey is mine. I grow at my own pace. That's how a Stoic lives. Calm, confident, and unshakably grounded in his own path. Number 5. Love your own company. Seneca once said, "He who fears being alone fears being free." Most people panic at the idea of being completely alone with themselves. They drown their silence in constant noise, endless scrolling, meaningless chatter, distractions, and entertainment. Anything to avoid sitting quietly with their own thoughts. But real self-love demands that you learn to be comfortable in solitude, to find peace in your own presence without feeling restless or lonely. Seneca taught that solitude strengthens the soul because it forces you to meet yourself honestly. When you sit alone in silence, you confront your real thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, the unfiltered truth of who you are. And through that honest confrontation, you evolve. You begin to understand your patterns, your purpose, and your pain. You begin to grow. When you truly love your own company, you become emotionally untouchable. You stop chasing shallow relationships just to avoid loneliness. You stop depending on others for validation, entertainment, or distraction. Instead, you find something deeper, a quiet, lasting sense of peace that comes from within. That's the essence of freedom, being at home with yourself. The fear of being alone comes from not fully knowing yourself. When you constantly avoid solitude, you rob yourself of the chance to build a relationship with your own mind and heart. You remain a stranger to your own soul. You spend all your time connecting outward, but forget to connect inward, to the one person who's with you every second of your life. To build this connection, start intentionally spending time alone. Turn off your phone. Silence the background noise. Just be with yourself. Go for a long walk without headphones. Sit in a quiet cafe and watch the world move. Read books that challenge you. Journal about your fears, your dreams, your goals. Ask yourself what truly matters to you, not what society says should matter. At first, it will feel strange. Your mind will resist it, but stay with it, because on the other side of that discomfort lies your true self. Solitude is not loneliness, it's liberation. The more time you spend in your own company, the more you'll discover your authentic strengths, passions, and dreams. You'll start enjoying your own presence the same way you enjoy the company of someone you deeply love. Create a space and lifestyle that you genuinely enjoy being in. Fill your environment with peace, warm lighting, music that lifts your spirit, books that expand your perspective. Cook for yourself with care, not just for fuel, but as an act of love. Celebrate your victories alone before announcing them to the world. Smile at yourself in the mirror with genuine pride. Dance alone, laugh alone, think deeply alone, and watch how alive you begin to feel. Loving your own company doesn't mean cutting people out. It means showing up to relationships already whole, not needing anyone to complete or fix you. You'll connect from fullness, not from emptiness. You'll love others freely, not fearfully. To strengthen this bond with yourself, create personal rituals. Maybe take yourself out every Sunday for coffee and reflection. Maybe write 3 things you admire about yourself before bed. Maybe take a solo trip to remind yourself that your own presence is enough. Over time, solitude will stop feeling heavy. It will become sacred, a place of power, peace, and healing. Remember this truth. The most important relationship you'll ever have is the one with yourself. When you find happiness within your own company, you become unstoppable. You no longer need the world to fill you because you already overflow from within. Write this truth as your declaration. I enjoy my own beautiful company. Number 6, pursue goals that set your soul on fire. Epictetus said, "First, say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do." There's a rare kind of energy that awakens within you when you start chasing goals that genuinely excite your spirit. Not goals chosen to please others, not dreams built on society's approval or family expectations, but goals that come straight from the fire inside you. The ones that make you feel alive, curious, and deeply purposeful. True self-love means choosing a path fueled by passion and meaning, not fear or validation. When your ambitions come from within, everything changes. Your energy rises, your focus sharpens, and you begin to move through life with clarity and power. Each morning you wake up knowing exactly why you're getting better, why you're pushing harder, and why you refuse to settle for mediocrity. Epictetus taught that our daily actions must align with the person we claim to want to become. If you truly respect yourself, prove it through the effort, consistency, and courage you show each day. Many people chase a version of success that only looks good from the outside. They wear the mask of achievement while secretly feeling empty inside. They follow a script written by others, getting degrees they never wanted, working jobs they can't stand, and living lives that slowly drain their spirit. But Stoicism calls this what it is, a form of quiet slavery. Living for others' expectations chains your soul. The only path to freedom is choosing the fire that belongs to you. Ask yourself honestly, what do I truly want to create, build, or become? What makes me feel most alive when I imagine it? What kind of work would I still do if no one ever praised me for it? What problems do I want to solve? What skills do I want to master? And what kind of impact do I want to leave behind? Once you discover those answers, start. Don't wait for the perfect time, plan, or permission. Take one small, deliberate step every single day. Maybe your dream is to write a book, build a business, master a craft, or reshape your body and mind. Maybe it's to explore the world, help others, or express yourself through art. Whatever your fire is, honor it. Each hour you devote to what truly matters strengthens your confidence. You stop seeking validation because you become your own validation. Through progress, through discipline, through proof of effort, you begin saying to yourself, I believe in me. But remember, chasing your dreams isn't about obsession or burnout. It's about consistency, patience, and purpose. It's about finding joy in the grind and pride in the process. You don't pursue your goals to impress others. You pursue them to fulfill your highest potential. The moment you decide that your dreams deserve your time and energy is the moment your transformation begins. You stop begging for permission and start creating your own reality. Every act of dedication becomes an act of love toward yourself. And when your life is powered by that inner fire, no one can stop you. You become focused, fearless, and free. Number 7, celebrate every victory, big or small. Robert Brault once said, enjoy the little things, for one day you may look back and realize they were the big things. Self-love isn't just about constantly striving to improve or chasing the next big goal. It's about pausing to recognize how far you've already come, how much strength you've built, and how much resilience you've shown through everything life has thrown your way. Too many people have become addicted to self-criticism. They wake up thinking about what's wrong instead of what's right. They focus on their flaws, their failures, and what they haven't achieved yet. They celebrate everyone else's success, but forget to celebrate their own growth. The Stoics believe that if you can't appreciate your own progress, you'll never feel truly worthy of peace, love, or fulfillment. That's why one of the most powerful acts of self-love is learning to celebrate your journey. Every single step of it, whether big or small, seen or unseen, perfect or imperfect. Did you show discipline today when you could have chosen comfort? That's a win. Did you speak kindly to yourself when your inner critic tried to tear you down? That's a win. Did you simply keep going when life tried to break your spirit? That's a win too. Every time you acknowledge your small victories, you strengthen your belief in yourself. You begin to see progress instead of failure, courage instead of weakness, growth instead of stagnation. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one, and part of being one is recognizing the good within yourself." Celebration isn't about arrogance or ego. It's about gratitude, the quiet kind that comes from knowing you're trying, learning, and improving. When you celebrate your wins, you shift your focus from what's missing to what's already growing. You feed your mind with motivation and your soul with pride. It's not about waiting for someone else to notice you. It's about noticing yourself. Most people wait for others to validate their achievements before they allow themselves to feel proud. But that's giving away your power. When you learn to celebrate yourself, you take that power back. You become your own source of motivation, joy, and strength. Create a ritual for this. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you did well, no matter how small they seem. Maybe you made progress on your goals, showed patience in a hard moment, or kept faith when everything felt uncertain. Look at your reflection and say, "I'm proud of you." You might feel awkward at first, but over time your mind starts to believe it. And when you hit major milestones, reward yourself meaningfully. Not as an escape, but as a sincere act of self-respect. Treat yourself to something special because you deserve to be honored for the effort you put in. Over time, this practice rewires your brain to look for progress instead of perfection. You stop needing the applause of others because you become your own biggest supporter. Celebration transforms your path from a grind into a journey of gratitude. It reminds you that life isn't just about destinations. It's about the process of becoming. Every win, no matter how small, builds your identity as someone strong, patient, and determined. When you celebrate yourself consistently, you radiate self-respect, and people begin to treat you accordingly. They sense your confidence, your quiet power, and your inner peace. Make it your mission to notice the parts of yourself that others might overlook. The strength it takes to keep showing up, the kindness you give even when you're hurting, the courage to dream even after disappointment, the faith to heal and keep moving forward. You've already survived moments that once felt impossible. You've grown in silence, healed without applause, and become stronger than you realize. That deserves to be celebrated, not someday, but today. Because when you learn to be your own cheerleader, the world's silence doesn't bother you anymore. You walk in peace because you know your worth doesn't come from anyone else. It comes from within. Say it with conviction. I celebrate my growth every single day. You're hearing this because deep down, a part of your soul is tired. Tired of waiting for others to love you the way you deserve. Tired of chasing validation that never lasts. Tired of thinking self-love is something you have to earn. But now you see the truth. Self-love is not selfish. It's sacred. It's the foundation of peace, strength, and happiness. It's a daily choice to honor yourself, your mind, your body, your dreams, and your worth. Some days you'll feel unstoppable, and others you'll stumble. That's okay. Keep returning to yourself with compassion. Keep choosing patience over pressure. Keep honoring every step of your growth, no matter how small it seems. Every time you choose yourself over old habits, every time you set boundaries instead of breaking yourself to please others, every time you speak to yourself with love instead of judgment, you rise higher. You become stronger. You become whole. And one day you'll look back and realize the moments you once thought were small were the ones that changed everything. Say it proudly, I love myself louder than ever.